Africa's participation at the 2014 FIFA World Cup ended yesterday, but our coverage of the Mondial still continues. Good evening and welcome. My name is Yemi Adebayo. Sports Tonight is what you're watching on your award-winning channel television, and this is the Tuesday edition of the show. Once again, welcome. Well, there's a lot to talk about tonight. The boys, have been separated from the men, and of course, we now know 7 teams that have progressed to the quarterfinal game. It's currently going on as we speak. We'll be looking at that game tonight and a whole lot of things on the show. But before I go further, let me quickly introduce my partners on the show tonight. Let me quickly introduce them to you. Sitting right next to me is Cosmos. Cosmos, let me welcome you.
Yeah, it's good to be back on the show, and definitely it's all about the World Cup.
All right.
Yeah, Africa is out, but then the World Cup is always fun.
All right, I'm a colleague, Donadi Okunta. It's always a pleasure to have you around, Donadi.
Well, good evening. You just took the word out of my mouth. The boys, is it the men? Okay, the boys have been separated from the men, or maybe either way. But it's still the table toppers of each group getting to the quarterfinal.
Usual suspects. All right. So let me quickly give you a rundown of what we're going to be talking about before we go on a break. Well, tonight as well, we want you to just let it all out. Speak to us. Get your thoughts across to us. Let us know how you feel. Some fans still have that hangover. They're still angry that Nigeria is out of the 2014 FIFA World Cup. So let's look at the way forward. It's not all about criticism. So get your thoughts across to us on the show tonight. And you know how you can do that via the platforms that will come up on your screen. You can do that via Facebook. You can do that on Twitter, and of course on my personal handle. You can do that. Get your thoughts across to us, and of course we will react to all of those things that you will highlight, that you will talk about on the show tonight. Of course, we'll be talking about the game currently going on as we speak. Belgium and the United States of America. 7 teams have qualified. We'll look at how all of those teams were able to get to that point. Of course, we'll look at, we'll come home, talk about 2014 Federation Cup. We'll talk about transfer news. It's that period in the season where a lot of players are moving on. So we'll be looking at that tonight. And of course, we'll spare some time. We'll leave football and go to tennis. We'll do that again on the show. And it's all about the 3rd Grand Slam of the year. That's a Wimbledon Championship. And guess what? World number 1, Rafael Nadal is out. Who defeated him? We're going to be looking at the profile of the young man, the young Australian that knocked him out. We're going to be looking at his profile on the show tonight. Well, that's the outlook of the show tonight. We're going to go on a break now. When we come back, we'll go into the show proper and we'll look at everything that we have lined up for you on Sports Tonight. All right, welcome back, and let's quickly update you on what is going on in the world of football. All eyes on the last second round game between Belgium and the United States of America, and after 7 minutes of football action, it is still goalless. So that's the situation report, Nadi. At this stage, did you expect it to be different, or you expect that, as in most of the matches we've watched, it will be towards the end before you start seeing the goals? And
yeah, it could happen. A team could score in the first minute, depending on the concentration, the awareness of their opposition,
of their opponent.
So it doesn't change anything. So, but so far, 7 minutes played. Belgium knew, United States knew. It's the last second round game. And whoever wins this will be hoping to, because they already know their opponent. Whoever wins knows the next opponent. And
playing against Argentina.
Yes. And for Clem Dempsey, it's just 1 goal off the record set by Landon Donovan.
Okay.
So our United States team are looking at overhauling or trying to complete, because Africa is out of it, Asia is out. So we are left with South America, Europe, and the CONCACAF in this round.
All right. Let me throw the stats at you, Cosmos. And it looks like Belgium seem to have the upper hand. 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 2 corner kicks. and 2 fouls against United States. I don't know. That might give you an indication where the pendulum would likely swing.
Yeah, definitely. You want to look at the fact that the Belgium side have a very young squad, young team, great players that have already made their mark club-wise. Players
still have a lot to offer.
Yes, still have a whole lot to offer. So definitely they will want to come out. Mark Wilmot will want to make sure that Belgium gets to the quarterfinal since the last time they were in the second round in Korea, Japan, 2002. So definitely it has to be like that. But then you have to look at the fact that the United States of America, coached by Jürgen Klinsmann, who has already won the World Cup before, as a in Italian 90.
Yeah, with Germany.
In fact, has brought out this team from the ones that Bob Bradley had in 2010. He has made sure that this team has flair. He has made sure that they can really score goals, that when they come at you, the pressure at you, they can really go at you. So it's early days, it's early times if we're talking about the fact that Belgium probably has the upper hand. Let's see what happens. What I want to say is that there's a trend in the second round matches. Goals are not scored in the first half, they're scored in the second half. So let's just see how it goes.
All right, let's look at today's results. It was really close today. The Argentines, 2-time World Cup champion, took to the field against Switzerland. Some fans expected it to be a stroll in the park. It wasn't that way. And Nodi, I mean, just when we thought that we were going to see penalties in this game, Lionel Messi, good work from him. Angel Di Maria showed up, gave that goal, and the Argentines defended, and they ended 1-0.
That was a classical finish, a clinical finish by the Real Madrid winger, Di Maria, and a brilliant pass from Lionel Messi. Somebody said it's a finishing. That was a finisher. You see the urge by the Argentines not to drag this game into penalty, because it's like biscuits or cookies. You don't know where to crack. You don't know where the ball will roll, because it's a very cool object. So they try to avoid the dreaded penalty. That's what most players dread, and you don't know the psychological state of your player at that time. For the Swiss, maybe they felt penalty would be their biggest opportunity to create a major upset. Argentines are trying to avoid it. At one point, Argentines were rushing. You could see the urgency. You could see the urge that we don't want this game to go into penalty. And we could see the way the Argentines were playing this, were going for every ball, fighting for every ball, taking the game to the Swiss. And there was one moment that we thought it was the goal by Di Maria, a screamer, but Bernardo did a wonderful job, took that out. But at the end of the day, it was the Argentina. But anxious moment came up after that goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Few minutes to the end of the game,
that was unlucky. That was unlucky. In fact,